There, just a touch of nice warm color that actually makes these little evergreens look a lot bluish greener. Anyway, that's all I've done today so far. Those two little evergreens. Or are they two piles of bluish green French fries? Well, you know, when you get to a painting, especially of this size, when you get to this stage of the painting, you start to see all kinds of things that not that you need to change necessarily, but maybe that you need to modify, you know, bump up a notch, dumb down a notch, what have you. It's really important not to get caught up in those things. Pick your fights. Prioritize what you're doing. That's very important. So it comes down to first things first. I have a lot of thoughts about various areas of the painting that I just need to add a stroke or two, and it'll change the painting remarkably, or at least that area remarkably, just with that. But until I have all of my information on here, I'm not going to touch them. Because if I make a decision about one area now, as opposed to, if you could go in a parallel timeline, as opposed to having everything else painted, would you make that same decision? You don't know. So, alright, this, we have a splash of light across here. As I mentioned, we may bring it down a little bit more, might not. I'm going to get rid of this little dark blob, or at least change it so it's not too strong. It's kind of lost in space sitting out there. These are all, these trees, all of these trees are going to use all of these colors. All of these colors. They're all going to mimic that, or mimic the colors. Light and shadow and what have you. And some of these colors as well. They're all pretty much of the same family. Once these trees are painted in, the painting will be changed so much, so drastically, that it will affect how I make finishing moves on the bottom of the painting. These trunks as well. You know, just painting these trunks in is going to make a massive difference. They're all going to be going into the greenish gray area of our color spectrum. So, you know, again, you know, one trunk will definitely make a difference how you perceive the color of the roof. The top of these trees will make a big difference in how you perceive the color of the grass. Painting is the elements in a painting are very symbiotic. One affects the other so much, you know. That's where that ridiculous word juxtaposition comes in. But it's a legit term. It's very important to remember. Now, you know, here I have, this trunk is too thick on the bottom. It just needs such slight little moves here and there to thin it off and to put better curves on it. This branch, no. Don't like the shape of it. Too thick, too simple. I don't like this triple tree here, or the triple trunks. I might join this area and this area. I might cover some. The underside of the crown of the tree here and here. It's washed in too light. I want to darken that with an additional wash-in over the wash-in before I go in with the knife. This little bit of bush, I'm going to use the same colors as this bush down here. I think that works. You know, we have a bit of those, some of those colors in the distant bush as well. So, you know, dirty purple sort of thing. So, yeah, maybe that's really all I have to say about it. There's so much that's going to change yet. You know, there was a comment about where's the light coming from. Well, in a painting like this, it's not the most important thing, because you're kind of looking through bush, and there will be dappled light. There will be shadows of other trees that are within the canvas and off canvas, you know, out of the scene, that will affect what's in the scene. I've still made it very direct statement as to which direction the light's coming from, because there is a bit of direct sunlight. Something on this side of the roof that's off scene is causing this to be gently not catching as much light. Here we're catching direct sunlight, and you know it's coming from above and from the left because of the shadow that's cast across the fence. That's probably the most direct indication of which direction the light is coming from. Now we have these trees, which are really just picking up light, and these rocks, you know, from this lighter area here. These trees are in the shadow, but the trunk is still picking up a little bit of light from the left. When the crowns of these trees are painted in, that's when you will see much more directly from which direction the sunlight's coming. Some will be fairly strong, some highlights will be very strong, some highlights will be dumbed down a little bit. But almost all of these trunks will have light coming from the left catching them. So then it'll be blatantly obvious where the sun's coming from. Also, I think I'm going to change this a little bit. I'm going to lighten this up, might even change the angle a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, that's about it for now. I'm going to keep playing, but the algorithm loves it if I put out even a little video, so I'll probably publish this. Talk to you soon, guys.